1,000 metres down, the most famous wreck of all time. This is the bow of the Titanic, still recognisable more than 100 years after she sank. It's the first time people have been down to see it for themselves for nearly 15 years. But while some of the wreck is intact, other parts have disappeared altogether.
Probably the most shocking area of deterioration was the starboard side of the officers' quarters, where the captain's quarters are. The captain's bathtub is a favorite image among Titanic enthusiasts, and that's now gone. That whole deck house on that side is collapsing, taking with its staterooms, and that deterioration is going to continue advancing.
Despite the near-freezing temperatures this far down, life has found a way to thrive on the wreck, and that's causing the problems. Microbes are eating away at the metal. Stalactites of rust dangle from the ship, so fragile they crumble into a cloud of dust if disturbed. Amazingly, the portholes, though, are well preserved. The glass is still in place, even if all else around it is decaying, giving a tantalising glimpse into the Titanic's past. It was the biggest ship of its time, setting sail from Southampton in 1912 on its maiden voyage, heading to New York. But it never made it. It sank after hitting an iceberg. 1,500 people lost their lives. These incredibly ornate slippers belong to one of the Titanic's first-class passengers, Edith Rosenbaum, a fashion buyer who was on her way to New York. She was one of the lucky ones. She survived, and she brought with her this musical toy pig that she played to soothe the children on the overcrowded lifeboat.
This cloak was worn by Elizabeth Mellinger, who was a second-class passenger on board the Titanic.
Every one of the precious Titanic artefacts at the National Maritime Museum tells a story, but exploring the wreck is also crucial.
I think it's still important to go down and visit the wreck and to continue to document the wreck site, because of course the wreck itself is now the only witness we've got of the Titanic disaster. All of the survivors have now passed away. So I think it's important to use the wreck whilst the wreck still has something to say.
In total, the team carried out 5 sub-dives, spending hours beneath the waves exploring the wreck. They now begin the job of analysing the footage they've captured to assess how long before the Titanic is lost to the sea. Rebecca Morrell, BBC News.
Watch this space. Now, let's catch